We're going to actually keep it tennis related to start our Black versus Blue segment. Over the weekend, Rafael Nadal.
You all right? You over there taking pills?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Won the French Open, his 10th title. And with Novak the Joker currently jinxed, Roger Federer 2,800 points behind, Andy Murray losing in the French Open semis. Is it hope or hype that Wimbledon, the Rafael Nadal should be favored at Wimbledon? And I actually kick it to you, Omar, because I did have a question pertaining to what you went to over the last topic. And this, is the approach different playing on clay or on grass? Because Nadal's great, of course, on clay, but
it is 100% different because the difference between clay and grass is a faster surface, it's a slicker surface, and to answer your question, which goes towards what you just asked me, it's hype that he is what do you call that he's a favorite at Wimbledon because his weakness is right now, his physical weakness is his knees. And since the ball doesn't pop up or jump up high, bounce up high enough on the grass surface, you have to bend down more and get it more into your shots, which will be hard on his knees.
Yeah, I also agree with you. I think it's hype. Because he actually said it himself that it would be a near impossibility.
He said, no.
He said it would be a near impossibility because of my knees. So I think it's hype. But the last 2 times that he did not drop a set in the French Open, he won Wimbledon. And that's what he did this time.
He did do that. Knees were a whole lot better back then. Yeah.
What was it? 08 and
he hasn't done well at Wimbledon in a long time.
He's actually had a lot of injuries. The thing that's interesting, and I wonder if he's going to pull a Federer, which Federer skipped the French Open because he's in the middle of a career resurgence, undoubtedly. We don't know, and the thing is I call it the.
You skip Wimbledon?
I call it the Carl syndrome. When you get as an athlete, when you get so old, and you know the clock's going to stop ticking at some point, but you don't know when. I think both Federer and Nadal are there. So Federer took the approach. I'm going to skip the French, get ready for Wimbledon. And I wonder if Nadal is going to do the same thing, because it's not so much about being in every major, to your point, what you're saying. It is Wimbledon, but at the same time, if that's not, I've won a Wimbledon before, it's not my surface, it's going to be hard on my knees, and you got the hard court season coming up. So I just wonder
what he said was it depends on how they feel. So he set it up.
He got 3 weeks. He got 3 weeks.
And the turnaround that's a quick turnaround.
So yeah. That is out there then, because he did say that if my knees don't feel right, it won't be good.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Gonna switch it up and go to hockey here. Question for you guys: hit or flop after these exciting NHL playoffs, which we saw the Pittsburgh Penguins repeat as champions. As exciting as they were, does this mean you guys are gonna watch more hockey now?
You know what? I'll say this: I will watch more playoff hockey. And I might even go to a Kings game. But to be in the middle of January watching a hockey game at home, I doubt it.
I would say hit, Kev, just for the simple fact that I would always watch playoff hockey here and there, especially when the Caps were in it, or when the Kings had that run a couple years ago. That was exciting.
Yep.
But I, like you, it's kind of like baseball and regular season basketball to me. But I can say that I enjoy watching the Predators play, and the atmosphere in Nashville was absolutely off the chain. Yep. And I definitely got to get to a hockey game. It's one of the things I missed.
I'd say flop, just because I'd rather watch a basketball game, and their seasons basically are parallel. I'd rather watch a basketball game than a hockey game, and they have just as many games on the same nights. But definitely, when it's playoff time, always are tuning in. Because of the league ambassadors, obviously, have watched a lot more of it.
Right.
And so I would imagine that would continue. It's a great sport, though. And like you guys, want to get to another game, definitely.
Man, but Minnesota versus freaking, I don't know, Toronto in November is not appealing.
And hockey already. Which one?
Same team.
Same team.
I would hate to agree with Charles Barkley for a third show in a row, but he's right. The NHL playoffs were a lot better than NBA, so we'll definitely see. And finally, newsworthy or nothing to see here, the MLB draft was this week, where we saw 3 high school players, Royce Lewis, Hunter Green, and Mackenzie Gore, were all taken with the top 3 picks. Is this newsworthy or nothing to see here that MLB is also going to this youth movement?
I think it's newsworthy for the simple fact that it hasn't happened since 1990.
Chipper Jones, Tony Clark, Mike Lieberthal.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely something that hasn't. I mean, you weren't even born yet.
Damn,
Kev.
Oh my God.
June 1990. So
give him his social while you at it. Gave up all the info.
But also, I mean, it's amazing, and I know it's high school, but the guy who went number 1, Royce Lewis, had 80 at bats and had 35 home runs. That's
he's a shortstop, right?
Yeah.
Well, to me, it's amazing. Both of them from Cali, so I'm gonna take that shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Two of them are from Cali.
Two of them are.
But the first two are also African American. Which one I couldn't tell at first. Yeah. I saw a picture of him, took his hat off. I was like, oh, he is black.
Hey, but they had to correct that quickly because the third pick was from Whitesville, North Carolina.
Oh. They had to bring it back home.
Wait a second. We need balance.
That's funny.